What is up, everybody? It's your girl Savon, and you're tuned into I'll Grab the Wine. I'll Grab the Wine is a show for the girls and the gals who sometimes need a little wine to say what's on their mind. Here we celebrate success, blackness, and womanhood. So get a glass and listen fast, and I'll grab the wine. I'll drink to that this evening. Y'all, I am so glad to be here. Okay, so let me give you a backstory. How was your week, first of all? I hope that y'all had a great week. Jumping right on into it, y'all. So last season, I did nothing but women from the Dallas, Texas area. And, I sat with myself on that idea for a minute. First of all, that it was all women. And second of all, why did it have to be all Dallas, Texas? Like I'm very appreciative of all the feminine talent that is here, but I was like, I love being here. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not even from here. So I can't even put some of my friends on my platform just because I'm limiting myself to, my area. So then I was like, for season 2, I went back to the drawing board. I was like, this ain't gonna cut it because it's some girls back home that's killing it. And I just love that for them. And I would love to have them on my show. So when I went back to the drawing board for season 2, this person that we're having on today, Stasseny, I couldn't think of anybody better to kick it off with somebody from back home because I was like, y'all, she's really been doing her thing. So before I bring her on, I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to the sponsors. So shout out to PawPaw's Tasty Foods. You can have whatever you want when PawPaw is in town, and he'll be at the East Texas Jamboree this weekend. So make sure y'all go check out PawPaw's. It's PAWPAWS Tasty Foods on Instagram. All right. Fresh food, not fast food. If you're in the Dallas, Texas area, be sure to stop by Sankofa Kitchen, 4141 West Wheatland Road. Check them out on their website as well, www.sankofakitchen.com. Could you see your product on I'll Grab the Wine? Contact us today about advertising and sponsorship opportunities. Y'all, I'm so excited, so I'm not even going to delay anymore. Y'all, this is Stasseny.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hey, girl.
It's been a minute. It's been a long time.
Listen, so let her tell her about herself, and then we'll get into how I know her. Okay, go ahead. Tell everybody who you are, how they can find you, what you do.
Well, my name is Stasseny, on the screen at Stasseny, Stasseny. I rap. I'm a female rapper. I'm an entrepreneur, and I am a mother. So that's a little bit about me. And I'm from Austin, Texas, putting on for Texas.
Yeah, make it clear for the 512. But y'all, so we actually went to middle school together.
Yeah, we did.
That's how long this relationship has stood the test of times. We went to middle school together, and I remember when she first did the talent show. I think it was that was the 8th grade. That had to be the 8th grade, because in the 7th grade we did it together.
Yeah, we did. Or it was 6th grade. 6th grade we did it together.
Lord have mercy. Y'all see, we got a lot going on. This is a lot of history going on right now. Shout out to us for keeping in the loop for that long. But so she did the talent show in the 8th grade. And she did a remix to Waka Flocka, Oh Let's Do It. And like that was probably one of the best like versions of Oh Let's Do It that was out, especially as an 8th grader seeing one of your friends on stage. So she had this line that said, "I'll show you crumb bums how to get it done, hun." And I don't know why that has stuck with me for years. Do you hear me? I am over 20, and I was in middle school, and I still know that line. And so now me and my son say that. Like I call him a crumb bum, or he'll call me a crumb bum. It is like I'm talking about. That was a golden line. I will never forget that.
I love that. I love that you took it back there because it just nowadays, like some people, they don't understand like the back history or like how far back I take this rap stuff. So it's funny that you even brought that up. Like that was my first time actually recording a song, getting into the studio and performing it in front of people, like letting people know like, yeah, I did this. So it was
that's great. And I just remember like when we were younger going to your house and seeing your dad and that he was rapping, and then like you just coming from a family of artist. So to see you kind of develop on your own and have your own style and be your own person, it's like, it's been great. It's been real cool to watch because I've seen you go from like somebody who was kind of rapping to being a rapper. And it's just like, okay, I see you. And yeah, she's being real modest right now. She is an entrepreneur, y'all, and she has some gorgeous hair. Y'all need to make sure that y'all go and check it out.
You know, that bundleicious.
If you didn't know, now you know. Make sure y'all check her out. Her information is on the screen at Stasseny on all social media platforms, correct?
Yes, everything.
All right, y'all. So yeah, and we, girl, it's all right because mine will do the same thing in a second. Don't you fret. All right. But no, you guys. So I'm really excited to have her on today, and we'll be talking about do what you got to do. And the reason we're going to be talking about that is because this life shit is just not easy. It gets difficult, and sometimes the finish line seems like it keeps getting pushed back. I've been there before, and I'm telling you that you can keep going. And so this is your gentle reminder. You've got to do what you got to do to get where you want to go. It will pay off. Just have faith. All right. So my first question for you today is, what is success to you, like personally? What does your personal success look like? And go ahead.
You finish. I'll let you finish.
You got it. Let's see. Let's answer that. Part one. Question one, part one.
Personal success, like what I define as success, is really doing what you love and being fulfilled with whatever you're doing. Just feeling like you're gaining traction in whatever it is that you love to do, and that you feel accomplished in the things that you do. I think that that's success.
Mm-hmm. So, like, at what point in time would you call yourself successful?
I feel that I am in a spot of success where I'm able to do what I love to do. And I feel growth in every time I do something. There's always like growth there. So I'm like, I'm actually pretty successful in what I'm doing right now. Not necessarily saying that I've made it to where my finish line, but every little step, every small win is a big win, and that's success to me. It's those small things, you know? And consistency within yourself of whatever you're putting your craft towards, whatever it is that you love. If you're putting your all in it, then I feel like that's success.
Yeah. I think it's like you said, to add on to what you're saying, is that success is definitely a journey. It's not a destination. It's definitely like something that you continuously do, like different levels of successes. That's what you were saying. So yeah, you're not to like your main goal yet, but you got some wins under your belt. And I like that answer. I do. Okay, so the second part of that is, what have you sacrificed to get to this personal success that you're claiming that you have right now?
Sacrifices is like sacrificing sleep, sacrificing time, sacrificing money, sacrificing friendships, sacrificing there's just a lot of things that go into the sacrifices. Sometimes I sacrifice my energy, my sleep. My sleep schedule is not healthy. Yeah, just a lot of those things. Fun, sacrifice fun times. Like you sacrifice, just being out, or some of the youthful years. You kind of have to sacrifice some of those fun times for a long time.
Okay, so you went into it, and I didn't even have to go there. We're both younger mothers, not that we're young moms, but we're younger and we have children. Yeah. And I know that often I feel like, I can't put this in your mouth, but I know often I feel like I sacrificed to be the best parent that I had to be or wanted to be. I sacrificed my youth, and that's nothing that I feel bad for, but sometimes it gets to me that, yeah, I did. I'm giving up all of my 20s essentially to be a mom. Yeah. And sometimes it's heavy. I'm not gonna lie, it really is. But I was just wondering, is that something that you ever feel?
So there's a balance. So I've learned to balance it. So for a long time, I have two now. So with my first child, it was like, I was all about him and just being mother 24/7. And so there wasn't a balance where it was like, okay, I could pursue my music. Because I really did put myself on the back end for so long. Because a part of my journey, like from graduating high school up until maybe a year and a half ago, I was not doing my music how I wanted to. But within the last year and a half, I was able to turn it up. But the balance that had to come with that is basically, I would say, first of all, knowing your limitations. Also having a support system. I think my support system is the biggest, they could take most of the credit for everything that I can do because they work so well with helping me balance everything out. But I think knowing that your kids are your biggest motivator pushes you to go even harder. So not until I got pregnant with my second child is when I started going full force in, because it's like, okay, I'm wasting time. I feel like if I put my all in this, it'll be greater for them in the end.
Yeah.
Now these kids, let me tell you, 2 seconds before logging in, I had to turn the camera off because I'm running back and forth like, be quiet. I had to get these kids quiet because I'm about to get on this call. It's a balance. So, I try to balance my schedule, knowing what I have, and then making sure it works for everybody else too. That, my mom, whether it's my mom, my grandma, my aunt, their dad even gets them on his time, and I try to, schedule things when it's his weekend. But it's a balance. So,
I feel like we're definitely coming from a different perspective because I'm like hearing your story. It really, I'm always happy for women who have a present like co-parent. I'm always happy for that because if that were my situation, baby, trust. I feel like I wouldn't feel like I always have to be mom 24/7. But knowing that that's not true to me right now, and I lean on my parents a lot more.
Yeah,
it's like, it's like
you get that one grandparent pass.
Like I don't want to use this one help me out card right now because I might need this a little bit later. And so, it's a lot of that goes on with me personally. And I can speak for myself, and maybe this is something that you've run into as well. But that led me to start saying, nah, I know that what I'm doing is right. I know that in my heart of hearts, what I'm doing right now is going to take me to the next level. And not only am I going to do this, but come on, son, you finna come see and you going to sit right next to me and I'm going to show you this is how you get it done. And I don't know if you've been in a situation like that too.
So a lot of the times, like when I do get time to do certain things, so it might look like, oh, she's just living and I really know. So up until the point to where I have to step out, they are right here. So I know little boys shouldn't be sitting while you're doing your makeup, but they're not even watching. My little baby is in the counter, in the cabinets, digging through stuff. I'm getting ready, but the hustle is like, your mama got to get to where she's getting, and y'all going to sit here until the last moment, until I'm ready to hop out on the stage or whatever it is. Like, we do that. Either trade off, somebody comes over and, stays until I get back home. But it's like, I get my couple hours, come back home. If I have to go to the studio, my writing process, I write at home. I try to get as many songs done as I can. So when I go into the studio, I won't waste time in there. Like, I can't sit in the studio for days at a time because I do have kids. So what the balance is, it's like, okay, when I get my little 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, I'm gonna go run to the studio real quick. Okay, get my little songs done, come right back, balance it out. Me and their dad, so he does, we are on a schedule where, bi-weekly he'll pick them up for the weekend. And that weekend helps. It's not every day, every other day, but at least, every other weekend helps in some way, because my little card that I get over there, that weekend, the weekend how it plays out when they go with their dad is a little bit, free for me. I feel so bad about running back as fast as I can and relieving grandparents from
girl.
Or hearing where you at, what's happening.
Girl, have you seen that damn TikTok where that lady was like, don't ask me to do a motherfucking thing for your ass.
Miami.
Listen, cause I be like, oh my God, girl, you is tripping. Like, I just literally went to brunch. Calm down, girl.
Yeah, where you at? What time are you coming? Yo, tired of that. Oh my God. Yeah.
And I feel like you have to be like, if you're not an active mom, you don't know what we talking about. This don't resonate with you.
Ooh,
but if you are, listen, baby, your parents is not gonna let you forget.
No, yeah, I actually got lectured today because last night I had a show, and I know it's a Tuesday. I know, but like, oh man, like
Girl, you got to laugh to keep them crying because, baby, let me tell you, like, okay, we're gonna go there real quick, and I promise I'm gonna bring it back because this is part of doing what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, part of being a parent, part of being a mom is accepting that. Honestly, at first I thought it was me.
Mm-hmm.
But the more that I talk to like some of my mom friends and homegirls and associates, I realized like it's a thing amongst parents that like, no, they just want to be grandparents, and they not even the same grandparents that was like back then. They like a new age grandparent, and they don't want to keep them grandkids like for longer than they need and when they need and have to.
Yeah, it's everything. And if mom, like, no offense, like my mom she loves her grandkids. Like she said, I love my babies. They're so precious. I love them. But I need to sleep too. I'm like, okay,
girl, I'm talking about. And so, like, part of doing what you have to do, for me, what I'm learning is biting that bullet. Like, I know that in my heart of hearts, what I'm doing right now is, even if it's for my leisure, I have to do that because, like, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel like, I'm still youthful and I still got it. Shit. And sometimes I need that.
Yeah.
And so, and then there's another side of it of doing what I got to do and biting that bullet as well, is where I'm like, I'm actually going out here and working. And if it would be real different if I was out here gallivanting, but I know I'm not. And because I know I'm not, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off and sticks on you, girl. Go ahead. Go on. Thank you for your help. Let me give you a little $20 bill so you can keep going on, girl.
Yeah, it's like I'm making all this connection. Like I'm excited with my work, and I get back and it's like,
wow. Girl, why we make the same face? Cause
that's how I'm like, get my key. Come on, let's go, y'all.
Yeah, let me gather my things. But yeah, I mean, it is definitely part of doing what you have to do. I think the most beautiful thing about being a parent is what you said earlier, is that I look at my son and I say, I gotta go hard.
Yeah. All day.
No medium. Like I look at you and you deserve the world instead of what I'm like. I know that I'm capable of it. Mm-hmm. I can't half step this because you don't deserve that.
Right.
So it's what you said. For real, for real.
Yeah. It's real. Like looking at your child. Yeah. It's just, it's a whole different type of sacrifice when you think about your children and like where you're trying to go. It's like, okay, so I got to put these moves together because I got so many more youthful years left, and like, I got to make sure I'm putting my all into it before it's too late. Girl, I don't think there's a time limit, but there could be. But shoot, I know as long as you push and make them sacrifices.
Listen, and let me tell you something. I don't care how many times I turn 25. Okay. That's my business. That ain't nobody else's business. Girl. Anyways, next question. So do you ever get discouraged on your journey as a musician or a parent?
As a musician, parent, no, I don't get discouraged. No, I don't get discouraged as a parent. I feel like as a parent, I see my children grow. I think that's the most rewarding thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it does get a little draining. Sometimes it weighs a lot on you. And that also comes, and I don't know if I want to consider that like if I'm discouraged. But with the music, with regard to like music, sometimes it is like, how many how long is it going to take for that one, that one song to take, or what is that, when is that one connection going to come through that, what is that, who is that person that's going to see me and be like, that's the one, like, what is it going to take? But with the music, I know it'll come with time. And also, sometimes with music, if somebody has an opinion like, oh, this is the hardest rapper, or this, and sometimes that kind of, it could be discouraging, but I learned to take it and look at it as I try not to let it bother, only because I know music is subjective. So everybody has their own, taste. Everybody has their own. Everybody's going through something different, so everybody can't relate to what you're rapping about or what you're singing about. So what you're going through is what you're going to, veer towards. That this is my favorite because she relates to what I'm going through in life. So
I love that. And like in general, I just feel like sometimes answering the portion about like the music industry, I feel like sometimes people just like love the actual person and they don't really even care what type of music they put out. They gonna jam to it because they love the actual person. So you just have a lot of different types of fans.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't think it's a girl.
what we drinking today?
Cause it's like some people that I just am, and this is not to knock anybody, but I've seen you and I've seen your work ethic. And I feel like some people that are on, they don't have the it factor like you do. And it's like one of those things to where I know that your time is coming, and I could see why it would kind of make you be like, when is my time coming? Because it's just like, yeah, because I see what they got going on around here, and I can't understand why,
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm just like, her, that. So yeah, I'd be like, what is it? What is this? But
it's like one of those things. So I totally get from that aspect, but sometimes, like I said, it isn't like it's more fandom than anything. It's more like I'm actually a fan of this person as a human more than I am their music. But in the offset of that, it's literally because I like this person, I stream their music, not because I love it, but I stream it. Mm-hmm. But I absolutely, I feel like you just real spot on today. That maybe it's not discouraged. But whatever this kind of feeling is, I don't remember the exact word that you said, but I know that sometimes I be in my head about going back to like trying to have thick skin, even about my parents and what they say about what I'm doing and blah blah blah. I feel like some days when it's too quiet, I let that get in my head and be like, maybe they are right. Maybe I am chasing a dream that's kind of, it doesn't seem as real as I thought it did in my youth. And now that I have a child, I probably want to start waking up now. You know what I'm saying? I start thinking like that, but then I be having to look at my resume. I be pulling that mug out. Man, the best thing I could have ever did was make my press kit. Okay. Because that started, anytime I really start getting discouraged, I started looking at all the stuff that I've really done. And I be like, if not me, then who? Help me figure it out. Because I'm drawing a blank. If not me, then who? Because it's me. Hello, it's me. And so, like, I mean, maybe discouraged isn't the word, but definitely something. I appreciate that answer for real. That was a 2-part question. Let's see the second part. What are some of the things that kind of come into your mind about either being a musician or being a parent that make you say, and I'm talking specifics now because I know we said generally, but specifics, what are some of the thoughts that you have that kind of make you say, maybe I gotta do a little different. Maybe what I'm doing right now ain't serving me like I thought it was.
Well, when it comes to like the music, like I said, music is subjective. So some of the things that might make me feel like, okay, maybe this is not it. Right now I'm in a space where I completely do not feel like I don't get discouraged feeling like it's not it. It's more so of like the time, like when is it my time? Like I know my time is near, but it's like when is it gonna be my time? But not necessarily like feeling discouraged about it. I feel like the only thing that is discouraging, but it's not really, it's encouraging at the same time, is when they'll say who their favorite artist is. But like from there, the thing that I tell myself is I'm here to empower women. I know that every time I do something, I get feedback from women saying like, "Oh, you made me feel this way," or "Now I feel like I can stand up to X, Y, and Z," or "Now I have a voice for myself." And that's my whole objective, is to make sure, the things that women can't say or don't feel comfortable saying, or don't, feel like they have to be super submissive and make themselves super submissive and way down for someone. It's like you don't have to be that girl. Like you can have a voice, you can have, you can stand up on what you believe in. You don't have to be hushed or quiet. Like you don't have to quiet yourself to please someone else. You don't have to tiptoe, and you don't have to give up your dreams for somebody else's enjoyment, or because that's not what they want you to do. And so this ties into what you just said. Like, you shouldn't feel like, oh, well, maybe they're right, I should give up. You had that vision. You had that dream. Because you can only see how big you want yourself to be. They can't see how big you want to be, because they don't feel like they can't feel the passion that you have for something. Like if you have a passion for something, only you could feel that passion because that passion was instilled in you. That creativity was instilled in you. That drive and that dream was given to you. So only you could feel where that dream is going to go. And only you see the finish line before the finish line comes. Else can see that, because it's not their dream, it's yours.
Okay, so Stas is preaching today. Okay, she didn't know she was gonna have to, but she did. She came with the words of wisdom. I think you said a lot just then, and I think that everybody who really is ambitious about something that really matters to them, they have to practice patience a lot more than anybody else around them. And I feel that everybody has that test of patience. Everybody. And it's so difficult, because like when you're being tested on patience, all you have is like this feeling like lingering over you, like it ain't nothing I can do right now but wait.
Yeah.
And it's just like, girl, you could calm down. Like I know I have to wait, but why does it have to feel like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I definitely let me tell you, that is not a feeling that I'm not familiar with. I feel like I'm right there right now, like just with my show. Like I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I can't find any help to help me get this machine going, and I have to be patient on that, because it's not like I'm just willing to give my show to anybody and let them do anything with it. And then it's like I have to be patient on when I actually do get help, waiting to watch it work, because I have this thing really bad to where if I'm trying to scale in 3 months and it takes 6, I'm probably in that by that third month, I have probably planned myself out of this. So patience is everything, like you said.
It is. And you're doing it. So like, I see where your show is going. Like when you first, hit me up about doing it, it's like, girl, no, I wasn't talking about next week. I'm talking about, I'm booking you out because, you're setting it up. You're being strategic about it. It's all about strategy. You sat back and you've been doing it. It's not like you just started yesterday. So like you've done it. You've seen how you ran it. And then you were like, okay, I know where I can fill it in and pipe it up a little bit more. And that's all you can do is keep piping up every time.
And to me, it's just like, even with the switch, like I said, I promise y'all, it's all goes together. Even with the switch of me going from just Dallas women to actually hitting my network of women that I know are doing some really empowering things. And even more than that, saying that I'm not just going to have women anymore, because there are a lot of men that contact me every single day and say like, I got something to say. And like, I like the way that you put that.
Yeah.
So just even switching from there, it shows me that just by being consistent and staying down, like that, I have to still exercise patience, and it doesn't matter what stage that I'm in, that I always have to stay patient and do what I got to do to get where I want to go. And part of that is being extremely vulnerable. And I don't mind that, because I feel like when I be doing that, it be allowing y'all to do that. So with me telling my truth, that's shit, sometimes I do get discouraged. Like that, what you said actually helped me, because it's like, maybe I am looking at it the wrong way. Yeah. Like, maybe I am looking at it as something to be discouraged about, instead of something to tell me like I'm actually doing the things that I need to do. I just need to pull back for a minute and realize that this is still going to take time. This isn't an overnight thing, which is what we'll be talking about next week. So y'all make sure y'all tune into the show with Ashley Woodard, or excuse me, her name is Hunt now. Yeah, there you go. We're going to be talking about that. So y'all tune into that. But last thing, or one of the last things, is how do you manage life balance?
Calendar. A calendar helps everything. For life balance, I make sure to make time for what's important for me also. So, we spoke a lot about the kids, but that's my number one priority. So as long as I got them, then everything else kind of just works its way around it, and I can build off of that. So like, I know what weekends I want to plan to do things with my kids. I know what weekend I'm going to have my kids. I know what weekend I'm not going to have my kids, and I know how to plan accordingly. Like, okay, so because I'm going to have them this weekend, we're going to make sure we go out of town this weekend, make it a trip, make sure I, hit my P's and Q's, because I have to make sure I'm still active while maintaining that family home life as well, as my friendships, and just making it all come together into one of everything that I'm trying to do. I don't know if you got that balance, but that's kind of what it is.
Listen, so I feel like I live and die by calendars and timers and alarms and all types of stuff like that. But to be as transparent as possible, when I asked her,
she said, okay, I'm gonna sit with you, girl.
Because I'm gonna say this.
Okay, let me hear it.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I have struggled with life balance in the aspect of like having a partner. So
we're going there.
Yeah, we have to go there, because that's part of doing what you got to do, and that's part of life balance.
Okay.
So, listen, because you know what, maybe my truth may not be your truth, and maybe we can help each other grow right here, right now. I feel like, and everybody that's new here, I have been going through a breakup, and that's what inspired me to start my personal inventory journey. And what is personal inventory? Briefly, that just means that I'm taking accountability for everything that has happened in my life, because things don't happen to you, they happen because of you. You make a conscious decision. Because you make a conscious decision, there is an outcome. So as I'm doing all of these things, doing the inner work to see where I actually played a role in the outcome of this relationship, I realized that I didn't fully hear him when he was saying that, hey, you need to make time for me. I thought that what I was giving him was enough. Especially because I was feeling like it was all I had in the first place. So maybe I'm on this island by myself, but I feel like, I don't know. How do you balance that? Like, how do you balance a new relationship where you're not trying to just throw this man into your family structure, but you also want to see what he's like in the family structure, but you also need to vet him, but it's like all these things, you know what I'm saying?
I think first it comes with understanding. That's the first thing, like him understanding where you're coming from. You guys both understanding like your personal goals, where you see the relationship going, I think is important. And also I think him respecting your boundaries also. So like, these are my boundaries with regards to relationship, but also like I mentioned, you make time for what you can and what you want to make time for. Now, my current relationship, like right now I don't introduce the kids too early, because it's too early on for all of that. But you make time for it. So like my lifestyle is kind of busy a little bit. Like I'm always kind of all over the place, and the days that I have off, it's like, okay, we could plan a date night on the days that I have off, or when the kids are gone, or when I'm doing a show, or if I'm in the studio, I'm shooting a video, whatever, pull up, he's there at those times when because it's so busy. It's like, as long as your partner is supporting you and supportive of what you're doing, then that's great. Also, but it's all about your support system as well. So like, it's hard. I see people do it, but like everybody's different. Luckily, I have a family that I could divvy off. You know, can you take this week and then maybe next week, a few hours. And it's great that I have that support system. And I know that not everybody has it. I know that there's babysitters. I know people don't want to. I don't know if you feel comfortable going to care or using that service, but you know, those are. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical with it, but you know, I know people do it and they're able to do it. Like I know married couples who have to use care because they have no family, but they still want to make date nights important, or you know, make time for each other without always having to involve their children into what they're doing. Because it's important to have that you time. But then there's also things you can do to accommodate that. Like why we can't be on. We have FaceTime nowadays, so you can FaceTime with your boo. You can see what I'm doing. We can do virtual. You know, we've been virtual.
Yeah.
Like accommodate, like work with my schedule here, buddy. Work with my
okay, so that's what I be thinking, but sometimes I be like, am I asking too much? Like, girl, we can go there all day. Let me stay. Let me stay on track.
There's time you can make. Like a lot of times I have made myself seem so unavailable to people. That's because I didn't want to be available until there's somebody who was worth giving them some time. And so it's like, okay, let's make some time for you because you're showing worthiness. But if you're not showing worthiness, if you're not even showing that you're going to meet me 50-50, then we don't need to meet each other 50-50. We don't need to meet each other 25-10, 5-6, nothing. Don't call me and I won't call you.
Hello. I like that. She said, don't call me, I won't call you. Don't call me unless I'm swim for you. Thank you.
But yeah, I look at it like that. Like you would truly make time for somebody that you really care to make time for. And I think setting those expectations, like I know we get those passes, but I think date nights are important. So maybe we have a Wednesday schedule where we do our Wednesday date night, or maybe you know, something to accommodate when it's not like we're not going to be out all night. We can't be out all night because, of course, you know, the kids or whatever. But we want to spend some hours together. Those hours are important. That little bit of time is important. Being creative, like, you know, being busy or on the go. It's like, let's do like a virtual cooking thing together. Let's cook something. You know,
good day nights. Girl, I be corny.
You know,
I don't be thinking like that.
Together, or let's play a game. Let's do something like, you know, getting in like little intimate little games, cute little games. You know, something that's not like if you don't want him in your space, he can't come in your space, or you can't be in your space at the moment because you know everything you have going on. Be creative. It's like let's do something creative. Let's spice it up a little bit, even though we can't. Maybe send something to the house. Like you can still send me food, buddy. You know there's Uber and DoorDash. We can eat together.
Oh, ding dong. They don't get it. Sister. They don't get it.
Sometimes you go get your nails done. You know, I see you got your nails done. You go get your nails done. You can come too. You like pedicures? Because
what's going on? Like
your feet, you want to
be difficult, girl. Okay, let me bring this all together because I've been drinking. Any advice to anybody? Just tell them like how they got to do what they got to do. Just any last words.
Do what you got to do. Do what feels right in your heart. Go for what you love. Never second guess if you're good enough. Because if you had a vision of something, then you are worthy of that vision because you've seen it, and now it's about putting the pieces of the puzzle together. If it doesn't work the first time, it doesn't feel right, take a step back, analyze what you did, look at it in the long view, and figure out how to attack it the second time. Don't give up.
Hello, I like that. Stasseny, you done made this interview easy. I feel like, what? Did that free me from something? I believe so. Y'all, okay, so y'all know we too, one of my favorite parts of the show. I feel like every part is my favorite part of the show. I feel like I say that every week. But, you know, anyways, we are to the wind down. So, first things first, we gonna get the wine for story time. Okay. So story time is where I will read what somebody submitted and we will solicit our advice. You'll go first so there's no confusion. Okay. Here we go. Dear Savon, I hate my job, but I love the money I'm making. I find myself torn between staying for the pay or leaving for my passion. I'm a single parent of two of the sweetest little girls, so I'm scared to try my passion at the expense of their security. But this job is burning me out. What should I do?
Wow, that is the craziest story that I. This is so crazy because I was at that point.
Hmm.
But I think ooh,
Mhm.
anything too risky because I don't want to risk it all tonight. But I think the thing about it, with what advice I would give, if you're making good money at that job, don't let it go. You never quit a job when you don't have a job. So you have that job, you bring in income, invest it into your passion, grow your passion, quit that job, and then take off. When you take off, though, keep collecting that money because you never have enough money. But also, even if it's 30 minutes of your day when you're putting it into your passion, at least put 30 minutes into yourself every single day.
Mhm.
Give your job probably 8, 9 hours. At least invest 30 minutes into yourself every day until you feel comfortable in quitting that job. Like, don't just take that. I wouldn't suggest taking that leap of faith. I would say, use what you have to put into what you want.
I love that answer because that's definitely part one to my answer. So, anytime that my friends have asked me, like, what should I do along those lines, I always ask them in rebuttal is, do you have fuck you money? And what is fuck you money? Fuck you money is fuck you, I can leave this job. I don't need it.
Yes.
And so, if you don't have fuck you money, because sometimes you have be quiet money,
Yeah.
and sometimes you have, hey, watch your mouth money. But you need fuck you money
Yeah.
to be able to quit a job.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that saved from your job, and then you need to be making fuck you money in this second source of income. Because,
Mhm.
excuse me, or in your passion. Because if you have it in your passion, then that's when you can say fuck you. But if
Yeah.
that's not what you're making, then then you probably have be quiet money. And that's probably your suggestion to yourself is to be quiet and go ahead and accept that real quick until you have that fuck you income. Because cash flow is king at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a cash flow, it's gonna be real difficult for that shit. Let me tell you. Hey, I wish I had a bell. What is this? Hey, let me tell you real quick. I have been an entrepreneur I was an entrepreneur full time 5 years. And every one of those years, I never honestly knew how I was going to make it because you never do know. Like you just never know. That's what entrepreneurship is. If that's what you're looking to get into, is your passion is, like some sort of entrepreneurship, you don't ever know. Like today is always a new day and anything that could happen. Like one day you could be on top with like a few extra bands in your pocket, and then before you know it, you're out of like 5, 6 bands just off of some mistake that you made or somebody else made. You never know. So, girl, get you some fuck you money first. I'm telling you. And you'll know what it is. I'm telling you.
Okay. You know how people say, "Oh, when I hit the lottery, I'm gonna quit that." That's that fuck you money. Until you got that, no. And you gotta have that drive. If you don't have drive, but you just feel like, "Oh, I just hate it here, but I'm just gonna quit. I think I'm gonna just be a model." But you already don't have that model drive or mindset to know that you're gonna go full throttle. Don't.
Or even on top of that, like, do you even have a photo of you taken? Like, sometimes we want to move too fast and we want to say fuck you to things that we really should be thankful for and just to get our feet wet with some shit.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, honestly, like I had like this job when I was coming out of my senior year in college. And I did not like it. I didn't love it. And I had that job to supplement my income on entrepreneurship because mind you, entrepreneurship is a journey. And like I said, there are ebbs and flows. I'm not lying to you. When I had to go get that job, that was humbling. Anyways, so I was in there knowing that I was making the same amount. Like I was making the same amount on the side as I was at that job. but I knew I still needed that job to supplement my income to make sure that they didn't repossess the car. And so it was one of those things to where I said, you know, I'm here for a reason. This is probably teaching me something. And it did. And it ended up teaching me how to run my business better. It ended up teaching me how to talk with people better and collaborate with people. I met some of the best people at that job just by being there and being present and accepting it for what it was. So maybe you just need to change your mindset as well, as this ain't a bad thing. This is actually something that's going to help you get to your next position. Because if you're, baby, I want to let you know right now, and then I'm gonna get off you, is that, Stasseny, how long have you been rapping?
15, 16, 17 years, something like that.
You see? Like, that's the thing. Like, no, for nobody, it was overnight. So if you think you're gonna be real cute, leave a job and think it's gonna come overnight, it's not. Some of my favorite guests that were on the show, not an overnight thing. So if you're not already putting in the work, and you not like, if you know for a fact that if you left that job, you like, you would be struggling,
Mm-hmm.
you need to stay. You need to stay. Just swallow that pride and stay, and realize that fuck you money is something you're gonna need. I'm telling you, that fuck you capital.
Yeah. Right.
Y'all write into my show and you ask me for my advice. If you don't want my advice, I can't understand why you would write into my show. It's my show. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. All right. So this next part of the show is called "What Are You Drinking?" So what are you drinking, Miss Ma'am?
So I have a nice little, I was drinking a nice little Moscato. You know, I love something light, white wine. I prefer red Merlot, but it's okay. I did white tonight, you know. Had a rough night last night, so we got to take it easy.
Listen, I totally understand. So we'll get into what I'm drinking, and it's a combination of this. I just want y'all to know. I know that my drink looks a little different right now, but I was running low on all of my liquor, so there's that. I had to supplement with juice. But y'all, here's what I'm drinking.
Our wine of the day today is Stella Rosa Moscato d'Asti. It's a semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Its flavor profile is peach, apricot, and honey. It won a gold medal in the Los Angeles International Wine Convention. It pairs well with fresh fruit, chicken Alfredo pizza, and cheesecake. You can purchase this at Walmart for around $10. Enjoy.
All right, y'all know that's what I'm drinking on. I had to mix it a little bit with some orange juice and some I ain't gonna lie, it's tequila in it, but you know, that's my business.
Girl, I need that little mixture right there.
No, for real. So I put, like, this is a tequila sunrise essentially, but I always add wine to it. And once you do it, you'll understand why I do it, because I'm tired of getting judged on my show.
No, I am not judging, because I should have poured that into my drink, because I'm thinking, oh, okay, she's trying to do wine. Let me try to be classy and get some wine. But I'm a tequila girl. But I'm like, you know, it's a Wednesday. We just went hard Tuesday. We're gonna chill.
Girl, I'm a sneak some in there every time. What? Girl, I need to get to the truth. Period. Okay, so now we are to let that shit go. And let that shit go is the part of the show where we have to let go of something that no longer serves us. So tell me, what are you letting go of today?
Today I'm going to let go of anything that is holding me back. So whether that's a horrible attitude, whether that's negative thoughts towards me, anything negative in the mind is being let go. Let that shit go, because I cannot move forward without putting the negative in the bed behind.
And listen, y'all, I done had some things happen to me since the last time we was here with J. Cruz. Okay? I'm talking about life done hit me quick with the 1-2 punch, huh? Yeah. So, what I'm going to let go of today. Yeah, hold on. I'm not gonna cry this time though.
Hold on, we're not crying today.
Yeah, girl. The past three, I done really cried. But this today, I want to let go of. I know that I'm doing a lot of personal inventory, and a lot of stuff I do take. Um, in this whole journey, I have been really taking it in that some of the things that have happened to me is what I let happen to me, because I could have chosen different, but I chose to go the route that I did. And so now I feel like I'm in a place to where I have to let that go. Yes, I've accepted that that was my role, but I'm ready to make a new agreement with myself that says, yes, that was a part of my life that did happen. It transpired exactly the way that it was supposed to let me learn a lesson. But now it's time for me to let that part go because it just doesn't serve me anymore. I've learned from it. I've grown from it. That's a lesson that I don't need to relearn. If I get a pop quiz on it, I'm going to pass it because it just doesn't serve me anymore. So I got to let go of thinking that I have to hold on to the parts that I messed up on. It's okay. Life's a journey. I did it. It's something that I did. It's time for it to leave me. It doesn't serve me anymore.
Okay, well, we're gonna let that go. We're gonna let it go. And also, this another thing: the blame is not always on you either. So, like, whatever you say,
Yeah.
not all on you. Like, yeah, I played a part, but also you couldn't meet me halfway.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I'm learning now is that yes, I did play a role. I did see that red flag and I thought that we were supposed to be on the playground. But no, that was a red flag. You showed me that. That was something that you did. I decided not to take you up on that red flag right there. So that's the part that I'll accept. However, I know that's you. I do know that that is true for you. And so that's something you're gonna have to sleep with at night, but I don't have to hold on to that no more. Like that don't it don't belong to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm good now. Like I'm like better, it took a week, I cried a lot in between times. Like, I don't look like it, that girl. But you know, yeah, really getting over it. I'm feeling good. So if you let that shit go, then you have to drink to that. And I'll drink to that is the part of the show where we celebrate something about you. So, what are we celebrating about you tonight?
We are celebrating many more shows. Big EP release coming soon. I'll be in Dallas this weekend, also. By the way,
Wow, why is this always like this?
you
Like,
know,
this is the second time that this has happened.
going.
Girl, I'm going to East Texas. I can't believe this. Like, the last time you were here, where was I? I was somewhere random too. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
And I don't ever go anywhere, which is so weird.
On Saturday. But look, I mean, at least you can like send me like an itinerary of like things to do in Dallas because I'll be in Dallas and I'm like, what is going down?
Girl, no, will do. I will. So I'm more of like a lounge girl. So
Yeah.
I'll send you like the places that I go to, like chill, the vibe.
Yeah.
But I can definitely hook you up with the hot boys that can get it popping. You know what I'm saying?
Just point us to the hot boys. Oh, don't point us to the hot boys. We can't be messing with the hot boys. But
No, I'm not saying that like that's what you're gonna be on, but I'm saying like the hot boys around here, they gonna tell you where it's at. I'm telling you, they gonna tell you where the hot girls go.
I've been to Atlanta. I think Taboo. I've been to Taboo down there. It was like that actually was the most packed place that I've been to down there.
Mm-hmm.
And, we went to Is it Uptown? Like, is that kind of like downtown? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of hard to find ways down there. So that one.
Yeah, it's a lot of different places. I'll send you some stuff. I'll send you some stuff that's in Arlington, and that's in Carrollton, Addison area. Now I'll send you some stuff. So we're gonna drink to that. Stas is coming down to Dallas. I'm so sad I won't be here, but we'll drink to that because my girl is on the road. She not just booked and busy.
Booked and busy. Yeah, I might answer, it might not.
Period. She ain't got time for that. Y'all, what are we gonna drink to for me tonight? Who? What is there? Oh, yes, I knew what I wanted to share. Okay, so Christmas came early, y'all. I told y'all that I was in a funk about this whole situation. So I really do believe in retail therapy. And so I went and bought me this was supposed to be my Christmas gift. I went and bought me a Pandora bracelet and I'm starting it and I love it. And then I bought me a Kate Spade purse that I have been wanting. And I just was like, go get that motherfucking purse and make yourself happy, and did.
Is the best. Okay, I will drink to that, but I'll finish my drink. So yeah.
Listen, I have to slow down because I know it's tequila in here, and I don't want to be knocked out on the show or slurring any more than I already am.
Oh my goodness.
But I'll drink to that. All right. So last time, how can everybody find you?
Lastly, you can find me at Stasseny at STASSENY, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Tidal, whatever you listen to your music on, Deezer, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. I need some bougie and fine dances too if y'all want to, link those in. But that's me. Find me, add me, fuck with your girl.
Period.
AKA Stass Finance with another one.
Yeah, y'all know, y'all heard it. Don't act new, okay? All right, and you can find me on all social media platforms at 2 7 SEVON on all social media platforms, okay? All right, and again, I already told y'all that I'll be at the East Texas Jamboree this weekend, so y'all make sure y'all check me out there because I will be supporting PawPaw's Tasty Foods. All right, next week we will have Ashley Hunt. A-Wood Aesthetics will have her on the show, and we will be talking about how it doesn't come overnight. And I feel like Stas really threw it to her for this week. This week's episode really threw it to that episode because, baby, we just don't get to it, okay?
You're strategic. You are strategic with it.
Listen, okay, and that wasn't even planned, but that came out good, okay. Y'all make sure y'all check out the website www.illgrabthewine.com. Y'all make sure y'all check out the blog because I do have the blog out for last month's book club, which was the 4 Agreements, and this month's book club, which is Outwitting the Devil. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm a little behind on the reading. And I don't even have any excuses. I really just been tired. And so anytime I pick up the book, I think I'm going to read like a whole chapter and I end up falling asleep. So sorry, y'all. I'm going to get it together and I'm going to still have that blog out for y'all by the end of the month. So we can all get into it. I'm so excited for book club. And I'm glad that y'all like book club. So make sure y'all keep sharing the link, www.illgrabthewine.com. You know that you can check I'll Grab the Wine out on demand anytime on all major streaming platforms and on YouTube. So, y'all, I'm so thankful, Stasseny, for you to come, girl. You really did the thing. Oh, my God. Haven't talked to you since middle school. High school. And this was like the bombest conversation to get off with. Like, it really has. It's been so long, but I'm so glad and I'm so thankful. And I know that you're going to do big things. I'm so happy for you, proud of you. Y'all make sure y'all stream every single song that she has. Do the TikTok dances like she asked, because you can throw that ass to them songs. I'm telling you. You can. I'm telling you. So get it popping, get it cracking. And until next time, I'll grab the wine. See y'all next week.